Ever face a real curveball? Ball comes out of the pitcher's hand, looks exactly like any other pitch. Except quite quickly, you notice it's coming at your face. Your first instinct, as was mine, was to lose my footing, to jump out of the box in fear. Facing the curveball has been the story of my life. I grew up obsessed with two things, my dreams, if you will. The first was to be a professional baseball player. I was a lefty pitcher, and I was really good. I felt like Sandy Koufax on the mound. I was unhittable. My second dream was to be a musician. Now, I played the piano like nobody's business. I wanted to be Billy Joel. I wanted to be Elton John. I felt like a rock star. After all, everybody likes music, right? Everybody wants to watch sports. I was on a high horse. But right there, that's when it first hit me. The first curveball. My first obstacle. It wasn't in front of me. It wasn't behind me. It was within me. I was so confident. I was so cocky. I thought I was invincible. I thought I was so invincible that the night before pitching in the Little League World Series, I decided to play basketball with some friends, and I proceeded to destroy my shoulder. Dislocated, torn ligaments and tendons. I mean, I was out. Strike one. Just like that, my baseball career was over. But that's okay. That's why I had two dreams. I had my music. I was in a band called Smashmatic. We were the tuxedo-wearing electro space dance music band with sky-high hopes. I was making remixes for Madonna. I was working for Timbaland. If you thought I was on a high horse for baseball, I was on a Clydesdale for music. I was a rock star. But then quite quickly, I learned why my school counselor said I should work at the mall or at a restaurant. From one day to the next, two members of my band quit. All the music, all the work that we put into it, all the time that we've spent, gone. The two things that I loved so much were ripped from me. I had nothing. My sense of direction was completely gone. I was lost. I thought about killing myself. If I don't have my music and I don't have my baseball, what is there? It was in that moment where I thought about two very powerful women in my life. First, my mother, who taught me to live each day like it was my last. Did that mean going to my favorite sushi restaurant, talking to the chef, and telling him to give me rolls until I fall over? No. What she really meant was to give everything that I did the passion, the effort, the love, like as if it was my last day. I also thought about another woman who was not only brave, who was not only fearless, but she was the definition of resilient. She was a survivor of Auschwitz. She literally had to live every single day for months like it was her last. Her entire family ripped in front of her. But she didn't give up. She didn't stop. She wasn't scared. She stayed in that box. And so with my mom and my grandmother in mind, I decided to take back control of my life. I was going to give whatever I did a passion like it was my last day. And so I started doing whatever I could do. I started polishing floors. I worked as a bellman at a hotel. I even joined a competitive intelligence company. I was pretty much a legal spy, but without the martinis. I climbed the mountain of that company, and I rose to the top. By then, my Clydesdale was actually a mountain. I mean, can you imagine? And from the top of that mountain, I gazed out. And as I'm gazing out, a cloud comes over. Bankruptcy. Are you kidding me? Again? So hard I fought. So hard I pushed. It was like climbing to the top of Mount Everest, tripping over the ropes, and falling back down to base camp. But no, not this time. I wasn't going to let it get to me this time. I was going to live like my grandmother said, like my mother said, and live every day like it was my last. So I came down from the base camp, and I started climbing again. And eventually, I joined another company. You may know them, you may not. And we continue. And I don't have a doubt that there's going to be other obstacles. We're all going to face obstacles. Each and every one of you is going to face obstacles throughout your life. But now I've learned how to hit the curveball. No matter how close that ball's coming to your face, just going to stay in and stay inside the box.